All our times have come. Here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Valentine is done. Here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, and women every day. And Juliet, and women every day. Like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la. Love of two is one. Here, but now they're gone. became the last night of sadness, and it was clear that she couldn't go on. And the door was open and the wind appeared. The candles blew then disappeared. The curtains flew then he appeared. Don't be afraid, come on baby. She had no fear. She answered him and they started to fly. They looked backwards and said goodbye. She had become like they are. She had taken his hand. She had become like they are. Come on baby, don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. La 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 la. La 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 la.
A speck of DNA, no blood, no knife, no crime. They call it proof, but science whispers, give it time. A sheath in the dark, a grainy car's glare. You can't hang a life on a maybe or there. They tracked his phone like a hunter's weak trail, but towers don't see through the night's foggy veil. He turned it off, or the signal just failed. A ghost of a theory, your justice derailed. Where's the blade? Where's the rage? Where's the why in this tale? A phantom is not guilt, let their logic is stale. If the proof bends like straw in the storm's reckless sway, then shadow of doubt means he walks free today. His car is 2015, but they swore 11 to 13. Their warrants lied for the corruption machine. If driving at night makes a killer CV, lock up the highways or we'll all be guilty. No witness, no scream, no footprints, no trail. The media's lazy scripts, he's odd so he'll fail. They'll paint him a monster to feed public cries, but justice dies when we trust easy lies. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, they ask you to convict on their case built on air. No weapon, no motive, the proof is nowhere. Is this the standard we dare call fair? They'll quote his degree like it's Satan's own book. He studied crime, so he must be the crook. But thinking's not killing, and driving's not sin, and Taylor's a hero, let the truth begin. They'll shout stalker, predator, watch how he stared. But where is the who said he was there? A theory's a story, not fact, not divine, and stories can't shackle his soul to the crime. Where's the blade? Where's the rage? Where's the why in this tale? A phantom is not guilt, let their logic is stale. If the proof bends like straw in the storm's reckless sway, then shadow of doubt means he walks free today. Don't trade your doubt for their rage's cheap song. When the evidence fades and the why feels all wrong, if you can't say for sure, then you must stay set free. For justice without certainty is injustice to me.
That song never gets old. And welcome to Friday night. Welcome to Once Upon a Crime Time. I'm your host, Tommy Jude. Yes. And it is Friday. Should be a good show. I did have Audrey C's podcast lined up for tonight, but I asked her to reschedule, which we will. There's just too much to talk about now. And the first thing I want to talk about is it's been crazy lately, folks, with every creator out there. We're getting dumped on with these documents, and people are picking and choosing what they want to talk about. And, I've got investigators on this kind of stuff, but it is a very confusing time for us all. So you kind of forgive all the, if you forgive us all. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just really, really been crazy. And I mean, phone calls till 5 or 6 in the morning, not phone calls, but video conferencing, getting up at fucking 3 o'clock because you can't sleep until 11 o'clock. And this has been going on. And I know for a lot of people, I know Rory's been struggling with the sleep thing, and everybody is, because there's so many docs. It's getting to be overwhelming, and that makes me wonder sometimes if they're not doing that on purpose, to just dump to make the things confusing. But there's enough of us to go through all this stuff. So yeah. But anyway. Welcome to Friday, and I love all of you. Let's say hi to the crime family. Natural Healing, my girl, good to see you. Tish Rhino, good to see you. Jackie Bushable, good to see you. Down the rabbit hole to hell, good to see you. Leah Story, my girl, good to see you. Jessica Town, congrats on the mod, being a mod for us crazy people here. Snow Leopard, good to see you. A whole named Ida, I love the name. Good to see you. Leo Dackett, good to see you. Debbie Ackland, good to see you. Joey, happy birthday. And the reason I need your email, Joey, is because we want to line you up with Discord and stuff, so you can come into the meetings that we have. I know you kept asking on that, and I was busy the other night. So yeah. Anyway, that's what that's about. Okay, Tish Rhino. Okay. The Crime Spy 2024. Good to see you. Randy, my brother. Good to see you. Donna Salamander. Good to see you. And Carolyn Wood. Good to see you. And see you next day, 25 day. Next 2S day or whatever. Good to see you anyway. Social Glow. Good to see you. Swampside Chick. Good to see you. Michelle Weddle, good to see you. And the list goes on and on. Truth and Justice, True Crime with Anna, good to see you. I got an echo. Okay. I have a echo. Why do I have this page up? Oh, that's right. I was going to do that. I'm echoing, so I'm thinking it's me, or is it you? Make sure that, okay. Tell me if the echo has a stop or stopped. Let me know if the echo has stopped. Has the echo stopped? Oh, no echo. Okay, Simply. Thank you. And good to see you, Simply. What you think? Good to see you. Good to see you, my girl. And Justice for Kylo. Good to see you. And yeah. Anyway, good. Delby Rush, good to see you. Snow Leopard, good to see you. Mama Five, good to see you. And to everybody out there, I am so happy that you're here, my beautiful family tonight. So anyway, I was just saying, So I asked Audrey's C podcast to take. We'll line her up, but she might come in and jump up on because we have an open panel tonight, folks. We have an open panel because there's so much to talk about. Yeah. I do want to clear myself up. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to do before I get anybody up here. I do want to clear myself up. Let me find it. Let me find it. So I was looking at. Oh, hold on here a second. Hold on. Okay, no, I won't do that no more. Okay, so let's see. If you remember, and I know some of you will laugh, but I got. Hold on here. This thing isn't loading fast enough here. There we go. Okay, so a long time ago, I ran this video and people, I got razzed and teased and everything. I think I've proven it, but I'm really going to prove it tonight. I talked about cougars being in that area. Well, guess what? I mean, I found it where you really can see it. It's not a kitty cat. Right? It's not a kitty cat. And let me show you this. Yuri, if you all know Yuri, put up a video, and maybe some of you have seen it because he colorized. Yeah, Yuri Crime. He colorized this part. Now I'm going to slow this down. If I haven't already did it, no, I didn't. I'm going to slow this down to 25 here. And what I want you to do here, I'm going to move it up. So it's just going to take a few seconds to see it, okay? Now, right here is this dude walking, right? Keep watching, like right in this area when he walks up here. This guy's lucky to be alive. That's all I'm going to say. Keep watching this guy walk, and then look, keep watching behind him. It is really fast, even on slow speed. But watch this. Keep watching right in here. I'll see if I can stop it. I want to see if you got. Look at that, people. You see that in the middle of the street? Does that look like a kitty cat to you? Look how fast it ran. You see that? And now it's right here. This guy's lucky to be alive. I mean, there he goes. And he's over here and he's going to run across the street. He's watching this dude. What? That they're 2 years ago or something stupid. Watch this. I'm gonna let it go. No, I'm gonna stop it again so you can see it. If I can. He is. You see that? That's not a little pup. That's not a dog. I can tell you that right now. They don't run that fast. And that's not that big. Look how big that is. It's not a little kitty either. That is a full-grown cougar. And now he's over here, and this guy is lucky to be alive. Now, I don't think Yuri Crime caught that. He just did this unknown person and colored this. And I ran across that, and yeah. So that's what I wanted to show you. Now, I'm going to stop sharing that, and I got to see what everybody's saying about this. Big leap. I know. Holy cow, fast. Right. You guys see that? I'm clearing my name. I'm not nuts. Well, that's
Yeah,
that's debatable. But I found my cougar, so yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm really happy. Oh, someone else is going to be a mod here too. Let me get back to where I was. Hold on a second, folks. Okay, one more click. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Okay, just give me a minute. It's probably jumping all over and delaying and whatever. I'm getting there. I'm going to click on this. I just want to get this taken care of before we even start. Okay, come on. Okay, there we are. I just got to scroll up. And I want to welcome aboard. I want to welcome aboard. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. That's why I want to get rid of this page. Takes forever to load up. Come on. There we are. Okay. And there. I want to welcome Coco as a new moderator. Welcome aboard, Coco. Now I can get rid of this page so things will go a little smoother. There we go. Now we can get on to stuff. I'm going to, what do I got lined up here? I do. This is going to be one of those nights where things are going to get a little wild and crazy and a little not so organized, okay? Because it's just been crazy, people. It's just been really crazy. And what am I starting with? I am starting with yeah, that's what I want to start with. Where is it? We're going to go over this. There's a lot of debate going on about the drivers, e.g., MM. I'm going to straighten that out right now, and it's all in the English language, people. It's all in the English language. I mean, it's really that simple. And let me see. I got to bring this up quick. And right here, I do believe. And we'll present this. Okay. Window right here. Let me know if y'all can see this when it pops up there. Y'all see that? Okay, so let's read this. This disclosure states that there are 49 devices and digital data sets that this witness will testify there is no connection between Mr. Koberger and any of the following individuals. Then they have the two little dots there, so that's standard English language. Okay, the first four are the victims: MM, KG, XK, EC. Then it's DM, and you can see that there's commas after every one. DM, BF, JD, JS, MM, parentheses, DoorDash, e.g., comma, or EA. But what they're talking about here is the digital data sets, okay? And what they're talking about here is is there's no connection between these people. And they're saying DoorDash and then parentheses. Okay? In parentheses. That you go show me anywhere where the parentheses right after a name doesn't mean that name. Exactly. You go ahead and show me that in English language. It's not that. It is DoorDash, okay? EG or EA. And that's what they're talking about, that there's no connection between. Now, this DoorDash, because there can't be two MMs here. They're the DoorDash driver. Eric Gower was not the private driver and the DoorDash driver. Come on. It's just not that way. And I just want to put that to rest. That's just not the way it is. And that's not what they mean right here. Now, let me get out of here. There's different MMs, and we found another one. We did find another one, but we haven't connected them to everybody but one person, even though that one person is very suspect. Could it be that person? Possibly, but we haven't done enough investigation in there. So let's go with the MMs that we have, and that's and it can't be Madison, right? I mean, it can't be Maddie, but it can be the Moys, Madison Moy or Matt Moy, and it can match either way. Because some people say it was a girl. Well, then if it's a girl, then it's Madison Moy, who was at the Corner Club, who might have been keeping an eye on the girls. I don't know. I haven't proven this or anything like that, so I'm just getting this out of the way. Then you have Matt Moy, who lives right behind there. And it would have been very easy for him to do that delivery and then go around to his house. And then, like I said in that one video, could have walked across the street very easily within 20 seconds and been at that house. We will be getting in more into that family. Because there's some interesting stuff in there. Very interesting stuff. But anyway, let's get on to, I'm done with that. I'm not even going to listen because I know the English language and I know that they meant MM. So what I'm going to do is put out, it's going to be open panel. I haven't ran one for a while. So let's put out, oh, hey, they live, and everybody, that song, I forgot to put your, put they live's link in the chat, mods. They live is the one that wrote that song and did the video and everything for that song that I ran, that I totally love. I still love it. And I ran one of his other songs too. Anyway, so here is right. There is the link. So, and it's open panel. So it can be mods. It doesn't have to be mods. It can be anybody. Well, except for Jessica.
Fuck off.
Not Jessica. We keep the mic away from her until it's time to sing. Yes, thank you, Leah. Thank you, Leah. We need 20 more. We need 20 more people to make 5,000, man. And that's been some hard work. And I think everybody in this family knows how hard I've worked for this. There you go. Yeah, you might want to check that out, They Live. I had a hard time finding it going that way. That's why I wanted the actual link. I should have done that. If not, I'll get it later on, and I'll put it in the description. Again, I'm going to put up who's coming up. Come on, somebody's got to come up and let's talk some shit here. All right, so I'm going to wait for somebody to come up. We'll talk about, I don't know, whatever you want. I can probably get into something, I suppose. We can get some mods up here to begin with, but I'm going to accept open panel if I know you. If I know you, I'm not going. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, I was in a creator's channel. Okay, here we go, and I want to introduce Miss Natural Healing. Hey, Nat, how you doing, girl?
Hey, I just got to shut you out. Just a minute.
Okay. Shut me out.
Okay. So I wasn't, well, no.
I'm going to go on live, then I'm going to shut him out.
Yeah, no, screw you. No,
Right,
no,
right.
I had my YouTube open, so I didn't want to echo.
Oh,
I wasn't
right,
going to come up, but nobody's coming up. So now I'm coming up, because I feel like I'm up here a lot. So, but hey, I could start it. Hi, Jess. Now you're quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I
Not
thought
you.
you were
I
going
was
on.
talking
Okay.
to Jess. Who's not going to say anything. Anyway, hi, Chad. Hi, everybody.
What was I talking about just before you came up, though? I was saying, what was I talking
You were
about?
saying something to They Live?
No, that was before that.
You're gonna tell a story.
Yeah, I was going to tell a story. Well, I can't remember what
Me
the hell.
either.
Oh, yeah. This is why I only accept people I know. Okay, because I was on this one creator's channel one night, and he started taking open panel, and he had this guy jump up there, and the guy exposed himself.
Oh, I mean,
so you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I won't do that. So I'm glad I learned the lesson from him and not me.
right. I mean, that's ridiculous.
You're right. And I want to add Miss Leah Story. Hey, Leah, girl, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, y'all. I thought I'd come up and encourage somebody to come up.
I know.
Open panel.
No
Come
doubt.
on, y'all.
No doubt. And Mr. Randy Fur. Hey, Mr.
Randy.
Randy.
Leah.
Hey, Randy.
He looks like an old TV screen. Look at that old TV screen with the lines.
It looks like a shade, Randy.
I've never been on this computer doing this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good start. Said I've never done this. This is my laptop. I've never tried to come up here on this, and I'm just wondering if you can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Randy.
Yeah.
You sound
All right.
actually really
Now, let me see if I can fix my face.
Oh,
Actually,
do the link again. Do the link again.
You sound better than you usually do.
Well, maybe I should use this more often.
Yeah, you sound really clear.
Mine.
Wow.
Tommy, will you put the link up again? Because Open Mind wants to come up, please.
Okay. There you go. There's the link for anybody else that wants to come up too. We shall talk about some of this stuff. So anyway, I do want to ask you about this DoorDash driver debate. Now,
okay.
As soon as I was done with that show last week or whatever, somebody else an hour later comes on and just kind of trying to destroy me.
Of course.
And I don't know. I know the English language, and that's the way it looks to me. Your opinions?
Are you asking because of the parentheses after the MM that's who they're stating the door? Yeah,
that
it would be actually the way that's written. That is correct.
Yes, and I don't even know why this guy. He doesn't like me that well. So,
yeah, but you know how people are.
God, just an hour after I was done with that show, he comes up and tries to destroy that's the way it is.
Okay. Well, according to the documentation, that's what it's saying, whoever the is, which I know what your theory is, and that's a good possibility.
Right. Okay, we got somebody. Annie? Okay, is that who you were talking about?
No, nobody's talking about me.
Hi, Annie.
Trust me.
You need to turn down whatever's back.
The TV. Turn down the TV.
I can't. I'm at a bar.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. But if that's a problem, I will do this when I get home.
Okay. Just lower your volume, Annie. Try lowering your volume. Try to lower your volume.
Lower it?
Yeah.
Lower my volume. Okay, I lowered it.
I can do that, actually.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, we can hear you, all right.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I have been watching this case from the beginning.
Right.
And I have watched all of Tommy's videos.
Oh boy.
And I absolutely do not believe that Kohberger is guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And I really, really hope that our justice system is in place and that I don't know. It just terrifies me because we could all be in this situation. We could all be in this situation for different reasons, of course, but it's just crazy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had a phone call I had to answer, and I missed that. But what you have a problem with something, Ann?
No, I have a problem with Kohberger being accused of this murder these murders when there are so many other suspects that are much more suspect.
Yes.
Right. And I agree with that. And I think all the family here will agree with that too.
I agree.
Yeah. And I thank you for being a subscriber to the channel. And And what is it that bothers you?
I'm sorry. I don't have enough. I don't have a lot to say except that in my eyes as a just a follower. In my eyes, Dylan is very suspect to me.
Yes.
Right.
Very.
Agreed.
And we're going to be getting into Dylan tonight. We're going to be getting into Dylan tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel the same about Bethany, but I feel that way just intuitively about Dylan.
Okay. Right. Well, a lot of times that intuitively is what's right.
I don't know. I've watched all of your videos, Tony, and I've watched all of them. I can't tell you how many. I'm retired. I'm 77. And I have a daughter. I have a grandson. I have watched all of your stuff, and I honestly, and I've watched all of everybody. I mean, I've watched everything.
Right. Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
I have a lot of time, so I watch everything. And I'm just saying right now that I do not believe Brian Kohberger is guilty. Absolutely not. And
Right.
I hope
Okay.
that if he is found not guilty, that he will get a lot of money.
Right. Start a new life. Right. Yeah. I thank you for being a subscriber to the channel and watching my ass for all this whole time. I really appreciate it.
Tommy, I have watched all of your videos. I think you are so honest and so straightforward, and I agree with everything that you say and that you put out about this case. I mean, I can't say that about everybody. I've watched a lot of.
I think you've sent me. Have you sent me emails?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I think I have read them. Now I know who you are.
Yeah,
Now I know.
I sent you emails.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want any notoriety or anything like that. I just am passionate about the law. I was a paralegal for 30 some years, so I am very passionate about following the letter of the law, you know? And they have not done that, not in any instance. They did not.
I agree.
They did not arrest him under the absolute letter of the law. They just listened to somebody. I don't know who. It's just terrifying to me. It's terrifying. It could be any of us. It could be any of us.
Right. I agree.
All right.
Yes, it can.
I thank you for coming up and
yes, thank
and
you,
voicing
Ann.
your opinion. And I thank you very much for being a subscriber and part of this family.
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate you.
I love you, Tommy. I think you're the best.
All right, thank you. I love you too,
really
girl.
I just really appreciate your passion.
Thank you, and I love you too, girl. I appreciate your
How do I
loyalty
get out?
there.
I don't know how to get out.
Okay, I can do that. We'll see you later, Ann. Love you.
Okay, honey.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye,
Bye,
Ann.
Ann. Thank you.
Tommy. Hey, Tommy.
Tommy. What?
Turn the damn lightning off.
Oh,
You're
Everybody's
lightning.
complaining about the lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, is it still
thank
on?
you for doing
Background.
that. Yeah.
I don't see no lightning.
Listen at
Well,
Jessica.
we do have lightning here.
Love the way she laughs.
It's
Hold
everywhere.
on. There we are.
There we go.
It was just. How do you see the lightning? Let me look. Where are you seeing it?
It's like a background
Yeah,
thing.
well, when you had it
I see
smaller.
it now. I see it now.
There you go, guys.
That's just because
Epilepsy.
man.
Why are you yelling?
Epilepsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't usually leave it on too
Cryptic says I'm having a stroke.
I know. They're like, I'm gonna vomit. I'm like,
Sorry
oh god.
about that, everybody.
Oh, I don't know how much it picks up.
Just don't yell.
Right.
Just speak normally. They should be able to hear you.
Anybody else want? I'm going to keep dropping this link, and because it's good to hear from the family too, right? I mean,
I think it's me.
I think it's great, and she's watched every one of my videos, and that makes me feel all warm and gooey inside.
That's great, Tommy.
It is.
Other than us, it's someone else, somebody new.
She wanted to be on so much she called from a bar. I mean, she even knew it was going to be loud. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But she just wanted in. I want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right. That's what you're going to be saying later when you're trying to get in the house and your wife won't let you in. You're in the doghouse.
Not me. Hey, I'm sorry, but I can't believe I do not have a picture of myself on this entire computer.
We're shocked as well, Randy.
Yeah, you're just
completely, I just can't. I can't get over this right now.
Oh, God.
I'll just be window blind.
I feel like
some stuff here. Let me turn that. No,
feels like we're looking at a a window
We
blind.
have shy people.
I know I can't even
You
like
don't have
shut
to be
it off.
shy. We will help you not be shy.
Oh wow,
Randy shy. I don't
That's
think
cool.
those two fit together, Leah.
Wow.
No,
I
I
wish
was
I
talking
would've-
to chat. I was talking to chat.
Oh, okay. I'm
some of
sorry.
them were too shy.
I wish I would have. I wish. Okay, hold on a second. I wish I would have known that when she was up here. You see that? She was a paralegal.
Yeah, she said that.
knows some stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, she said
Well, I was
that.
on the phone. My brother called, and
Oh,
yes, he has to take this time to call.
Yeah.
I know.
This
I
is
know.
how-
I get it.
This day has started out with a big boom,
Yeah. Yep.
and it hasn't stopped since then. So
It's not gonna, Tommy. It's not gonna
Um,
stop.
Right.
Never.
Okay. I think there's a Patricia. She doesn't know how to get out of the studio, so I'm gonna kick on from there. Okay. So and then we got Patricia. Hey, Patricia.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Patricia.
Hello.
Her picture looks like mine.
It does. Patricia.
Just a different zone. Hi,
Right.
Patricia.
How you doing, Patricia?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. So, what are you thinking about the case? Well, how you think about
Oh,
it?
Lord.
Mm.
It's ever changing. Every day it changes.
No doubt, and that's one of the things that I don't like is, I explain this. I think to Rory or something. You're going up this big tree and you go off on a branch and the branch falls down to the ground.
Yes. Am I in
And
here?
then you get back up in the tree and then you climb back up
Hello.
the tree and go on another branch.
Hi.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
you're in
that. I
here.
don't want my face on there.
Oh,
No,
okay.
all you got to do is stop climb on the
I
very
just got out
bottom.
of the shower, so I don't want my face on there.
Do
Well,
stop
you see what-
cam.
Good. How are you?
You see where it says stop cam on the bottom? Oh, you got it.
Seriously.
You did something. Oh,
Somebody, who's vacuuming? Oh boy.
We have so much to laugh about tonight.
Oh, this is great.
Patricia,
Let's
are you
laugh,
vacuuming?
please.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to them laugh.
We hear
Sounds like a
somebody
hairdryer.
do something. It might be Randy.
What?
Okay. Well,
What?
when you're all done, come back up, Patricia.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you done?
It's like echoing. I can't. You guys are all fading together.
Then you have a YouTube up. You have a YouTube.
What is it?
Up.
Right.
You have a YouTube up. Close
Turn your other
YouTube
channel
up.
off.
Yeah, because you're in StreamYard now.
Yeah, so your tab
should've-
just says StreamYard.
Yeah, for anybody
Yeah,
else
now
that
it's
comes
quiet.
in, you have to take away your YouTube. X out your YouTube, or you're gonna get echoes. But yeah, okay. Well, let's take a look at something here. Oh, she laughed.
We ran her off. I didn't mean to run her off. I'm sorry, Patricia.
Oh no.
We scared her.
Right?
Now nobody will come
Um,
up.
Too much
she's-
What did we
technical
run? What did we
shit.
do wrong? We did something wrong?
We
No,
laughed.
she's back in there, but now her mic, I can't add her to the stage, so I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, okay. It might not be that. I mean,
Yeah, let her know I can't add her to the stage.
It's a StreamYard.
Well, oh, hold on. Let me. Oh, there we go. Oh, I had it, and then she leaves.
oh my God.
boy.
I think you need to do this more often, Tommy.
There she is.
Right.
No, she's gone. Patricia, where are you?
I just about had her in there again.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, let's
Here's
think.
a question. What do you feel
Nah.
about the new attorney for the prosecution?
Oy, 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 oy.
Well, here's what I think. He's not from the Washington. He's not. He was an Idaho AG, assistant AG, or whatever. Here's Patricia. He was an Idaho. Welcome back, Patricia. He was an Idaho
Attorney
AG
General.
or assistant
AG.
AG.
Assistant.
And then, yeah, and right now he's not even working. So,
Hello?
Oh, my God. Are you serious right now?
that's what
What,
we
he's not
found
even
out last
working?
night. Yeah, Yeah.
Am I there now?
Yeah. Hello, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
You're
Do you
there,
hear us?
Patricia. Yes.
You have the
We hear
floor,
you, Patricia.
Yeah, we're talking about the new
Attorney.
you know, the attorney for the prosecution, and I was worried at first. I thought, oh, this guy's gonna, because he took down 30 of those people in Washington, those
Is he going to
Aryan
come in and
Nation
just
people.
dismiss it? No.
But he's not even working right. I mean, he's not no scary guy from Washington that I heard right away and stuff. And after investigation, the guy, you know, that's why he took the case, probably because he's not working right now. And
Well,
I'm
if
sure
he's all into busting, you know, the cartel and all that kind of stuff. Why is he working for the prosecution if the possibility is he'd be better off for the
I hear everybody talking.
Well, and that might happen, Randy.
Come on,
That might,
Cindy.
you know what? He might have accepted this case not knowing everything. He might have just accepted the case because it's a huge case and he doesn't even know what he's getting himself into.
Right.
You know? And
get up there and start arguing and realize, what the hell did I get into? You know what I mean?
Yep. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah.
So, Patricia, what is your opinion?
Yeah.
Didn't he quit so before he got fired?
Yep. Well, you know how that is in jobs. Yeah, I quit. No, you're fired. Probably a little of both there, I would think.
Like Brian Koberger.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, wasn't even work. So when I was scared when I started out to be, oh no, you know, Brian's done for. No, he's not. That's the way I feel. I don't.
No.
What do you guys think?
I don't think this guy is going to be able to help.
Done for.
Yeah, I don't think this guy is going to help the state.
So, Patricia,
why he's there.
Patricia, why do you think he's not done for? What do you feel on that?
I don't know. I could not convict him beyond a reasonable doubt. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I agree.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit, Patricia.
I always said that from the beginning, that there was reasonable doubt.
Right.
Oh, and in many, and I think that's what Anne wants to, you know, do the multiple suspect thing. Is because she knows, man. She knows a lot more than we do. Think about it. I mean, we've been investigating this thing hard, and I mean, between the whole community, we've been investigating this hard, and she knows more than we do.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on the document where they talk about where they got the email for the AT&T advanced timing records, wasn't that on the 15th of November? So why would the 7 days even be an issue? Because they dumped the tower, didn't they?
See, I don't understand the question, I guess.
Say it again.
Say it again, Patricia. Can you ask again?
I said the document that they did that they were talking about in the email where they want the warrant that Ashley Jennings, the verbiage with the AT&T time records.
Okay. The 7 days. I don't understand the 7 days. And this was filed on the November 30th. Is that what you said? Does anybody know or what's being asked here? Natural?
No, I don't understand the question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, either do I.
So didn't the state say that they only had AT&T advanced timing records for 7 days? They only kept them for 7 days.
I'm not sure on that.
The 7 days is throwing me off. I don't recall that.
Yeah, the 7 days is throwing me off. Yeah, is that what it said in the documents? I didn't read anything like that, but that doesn't mean it isn't there.
Yeah, I thought
someone said there was a tower.
Sent her an email.
A tower dump.
No, the 5th. I thought it was on the 15th that he sent her that email to.
Yeah. It wouldn't matter. I mean, if the 7 days, it shouldn't, they should have all the information in 7 days, I would think. If I'm understanding you correctly. You know what I'm saying? Is that answering the question or no?
So they said the GDLC or whatever didn't do them till 2023.
Well, then, yeah, I guess I don't know enough about that section of the document to know what how to answer that. Does anybody? Randy? Leah?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
Anybody out there?
No, I'm looking too.
Well, the state was saying AT&T only kept them for 7 days, so that's why they didn't have them.
That they only had them for 7 days. Geez, I guess I don't remember
Back
that.
back in 2022.
Yeah, did you typically you want to come up here and explain this?
Till 2023. But they could have got them in 2022, but they said that AT&T only kept them for 7 days. Now they keep them for 13 months.
They only say for 7 days, and they didn't have Brian's in that 7 days, but they had everyone else's.
They wouldn't have them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you.
Okay, no, that's okay. Jeannie is saying they asked for the 7 days so they wouldn't have them. Okay, I got it. Jessica saved my ass here. You do that.
Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you,
I don't know how she does this shit. Okay, regarding AT&T, before June 23rd, AT&T retained timing advance records for 7 days. These records were not routinely provided in response to legal demand prior to June 2023.
I thought her and Mallory were discussing it on the 15th, so it was within 7 days when they did the tower dump.
What I'm reading is regarding AT&T before June 2023. AT&T,
right. If they did a tower dump, wouldn't they have Brian's too if he was there?
What's that? What was that? Well, I'm gonna finish this here. Regarding AT&T before June 2023, AT&T retained timing advance records for 7 days. Okay, all right, I'm starting to see this now. These records were not routinely provided in response to legal demand prior to June 2023. After June 2023, AT&T started providing these records pursuant to legal demand and began retaining time in advance records for 13 months. Oh, okay. I think they changed it. And I don't know if this is your question, but it sounds to me like they changed it almost for this case. Is that what it sounds like to you? Guys,
I mean, if they did a tower dump, wouldn't they have his number? Wouldn't he be on it if?
No, Brian's phone wasn't in the data. Typically, says Brian's phone wasn't in the data, and then Anna D says Brian's phone number was not in the tower dump. They did.
So then he wasn't there. Oh, that's right. He had it turned off, didn't he?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Patricia?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get to them fucking documents so fast. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, let's take what were we talking about just before that?
We were talking about that new attorney.
Huh?
That
new attorney. Yeah, I don't worry too much. Patricia, your ideas on the new attorney? You got any ideas on that?
I mean, I don't know. Why are they bringing him in? Just because they need another gun or what? I don't know.
That's a good question, and I think I know. I think it's going to be him and Jennings, and maybe not even Jennings now with what's coming out on her.
Another creator was talking about him replacing Jennings.
Yep. I would.
And maybe Bill Thompson, because of the shit that Bill's been caught in.
Right.
I think they needed another one to present their case because.
Look, I think they're all in it together.
You never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
With this case, anything is possible with this case. I tell you. I mean, it's crazy, you know. Let me see. I don't need that anymore. So I'll get that out of there. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be doing a lot of this coming up here. It's kind of crunch time, you know, and so I'm going to try to stay away from speculating so much, but this was too good to pass up. So I'm going to show it real quick. And if you haven't seen this video, you need to go check it out. It's pretty wild. I'll admit it's pretty wild. But if you watch it, then you go, damn, it almost makes sense. But then, you know what? Like I've said before, you can take any theory and make it make sense in this case. And this is Nika. Proof victims OD'd? Question mark. Autopsy reveal a bad batch. You really need to listen to this. You really do. And I'm going to show a part of it here towards the end. I'm not sure where it's at here, but we'll just take a guess.
These 4 gorgeous people, literally 4 young people who were just getting ready to like live their lives.
God, she's ugly.
Randy.
What the hell, Randy?
That's right.
Yeah, you can explain to her when she comes to watch this video.
That's a joke. She's gorgeous.
I know.
Yeah, I thought maybe you were joking.
Bad batch, right? Because it's happened before. There have been several other people at
she
the
swears a
university
lot
who have
too.
OD'd.
Right.
And it was never really publicized heavily in the media. If you Google those cases of people that OD'd at U of I, they'll pop up, but it's not all over the media because we know that the universities don't like to talk about this.
That's just a theory she has, I think.
Yeah.
Not to
yes, it's a theory. Yes, this is a theory, people. But I really like Nika's channel, and she does, and she comes up with some stuff on this.
Are you looking for a date or what?
No, just listen.
University. I mean, if you're going to go out there and buy pharmaceuticals, you can't really. What are you going to do? You can't control them.
Big age gap there.
But still not.
I hear you, Jessica.
When you have
we need to listen to her though.
Right,
okay.
These 4 gorgeous people, literally 4 young people who were just getting ready to like live their lives. Okay. It's too bad. And it's really going to hurt me if it was because of some operation or a bad batch, right? Because it's happened before. There have been several other people at the university who have OD'd. And it was never really publicized heavily in the media. If you Google those cases of people that OD'd at U of I, they'll pop up, but it's not all over the media because we know that the universities don't like to talk about this. It's just not a good look, right? Not to say that it's the fault of the university. I mean, if kids are going to go out there and buy pharmaceuticals, you can't really, what are you going to do? You can't control them. They are adults. But still not a good look for the university. When you have young adults passing away left and right, OD.
I live here.
Humble 007, no rest stop mentioned in the 911 call. Yeah, a little weird, a lot of weird. But it was totally possible. Zyra, okay, the guy who knew his stuff was bad and still gave it to a famous rapper got 17.5 years. Emma Bailey's scene at the house is evident. That's a she seems like a problem child. Robin says it's not.
I gotta mute you, Delby.
Organized by
Excuse me?
wrong.
What'd you say, Tommy?
Trap house.
Never mind.
Like over break, one
It was to
found
Delby.
dead in like Oregon. Could be wrong. Yes, Deborah. Passing that 911 phone around was really fucking weird. Kelly, I love
Can you hear me?
Jihad. Me too. Rachel says, in my opinion, parents of some
Yes, we can hear
and
you.
We know that one of the largest drug busts in the country took place in Idaho. Soon after let me Google the time. Let's see.
Ouch.
Okay, what she's kind of saying here is that if the police department was involved in, and she's seen this across the United States, okay, and I know Nika, she looks into this stuff and she's really heavy into this kind of stuff with police officers and blah blah blah, and she's seen this kind of stuff where they're involved in the distribution of fentanyl. Now, I just heard in Washington that people are ODing because they're lacing weed with spraying it with fentanyl.
Yeah.
Now, it's not just that. If you think about it, and if you watch this video, I want you after we're done, and whenever you get time, go watch this video of Nika's, because it is kind of like it's one of those videos that go, oh wow, I didn't think of that, and she missed this part, and she missed this, but I want to know the date. Does anybody know the date that who was it that OD'd and Emma Bailey and Demetrius were arrested for it?
No.
Leah, do you know?
Gotta go back.
Anybody know? Because think about it. If there's a bad batch, if this happens shortly after the red rums, that kind of is showing that there might have been a bad batch going around. So it could be possibly true. And then you have my butt saying, that the autopsy, toxicology doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Why did she say that?
Why would you say that?
Matters.
Why would you say that? Why?
Yeah.
Why? A coroner saying that the toxicology?
I've always thought.
Yeah.
You wanted to know the date.
Oh, what's the date? Just tell me.
Highlighted it.
I can't.
It's
Just say it.
March 22nd, 23.
March 22nd of 23. So
okay, there you go.
That's when they were arrested, right? Okay.
Arrested on the 21st, like after they responded to a man. But yeah.
Okay, so like the 21st. So you got what? November, December, January, March. So 4 months later, well, maybe not, whatever. Either way, it's a good video. Go watch the video. I don't want to play the whole video because it's 45 minutes long. I can play a little bit more though.
I think
and Tommy, that's what's been going on for a while.
I'm pulling it up.
They've been lacing a lot of marijuana.
There's been
fentanyl.
ODs out there.
I mean, that's across the whole United
and there is
States.
an article out there.
High amount, and there's a very much, high levels of deaths due to this.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely very, very possible.
Right.
Yeah. A lot
Very
of young
possible.
people.
and she explains it so much better. That's why I'm saying,
Yeah. Okay.
To make sure you watch a video. You guys can all make up your own mind. I'm not saying this is true or anything like that. It's just a good video that makes you go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
okay.
She's looking
I've
at some
covered
stuff
this
here.
before, actually. And we know that this guy, Bailey, he's a bad guy. Okay, he's a really bad guy. Okay, there's some.
Oh, jeez. Okay, what?
Is when you go to DEA.gov, he has ties to the Aryan prison gang. Okay, the Aryan Brotherhood. So it just makes me wonder the timing of all of this. By the way, these massive pharmaceutical operations, it's not like they happen overnight. It takes months for them to do all of this and to get the guy at the top, because what's the point of getting like some pimp dealer in the street?
Right.
They're
Exactly.
literally just going to replace them. Like if you take like your basic pimp off the street, you're like, oh my God, we got one less bad guy. Actually, no, you don't, because somebody else is going to come and replace them very,
very
quickly.
fast.
We got 15 more right behind them.
So my friends that have worked for the DEA in the past say, no, we kind of just utilize the guys at the bottom of the food chain to get to the very top. And that takes time, that takes money, that takes resources. So I think that again, the timing, all of this, the crime happened in November. They get this Aryan prison gang leader, Jesse James Bailey. Is he related to Emma Bailey?
Yeah, we've questioned that
We
before.
know she's the bottom barrel dealer, though. People have tried to say that she's like at the top. I don't think so.
No.
But I do think that she may have relatives at the top of that Aryan prison gang. And they were indicted with over 24 federal arrests, right? So the time.
So anyway, I just wanted to share some of this to get you guys to go watch this at some point, and it's called if you don't know, it's Nika Nero Nuggets. You can subscribe to her, and the name of the video is "Proof Victims OD'd: Autopsy Reveal a Bad Batch." And it is a pretty good video. Actually, the one right after that is really good too. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to share that. And I don't know, what do you guys think of that kind of stuff? Because it's reaching. I know it's reaching. But if you watch that video all the way through, 45 minutes, you go, it makes you go, you know what I mean? It's just one of those videos.
I think a lot of things make better sense if that happened, if it was overdoses.
So,
okay.
It does put in.
Don't think you're muted.
Is that Delby?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Delby. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you, Tommy?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some of her argument. I know is that when someone's been passed away for a little bit, and then they're a knife is used on them, the BLOOD doesn't act the same. There won't be like blood spatter all over the walls.
No.
It pools. And if you look at that mattress, there was a pooling, and then you have that coming down the side of the house, which could be a pool. You know what I'm saying? So she does have some arguments there, but she's got better arguments than that even. But she's just throwing out there as a theory, and questioning people. So I don't want people to get excited thinking that that's what I'm saying has happened or anything like that.
But, it's all, we don't know what happened for sure, but just things make more sense. Like even Dylan saying, well, she thought she heard Kaylee playing with a dog. So that would be somebody who's trying to explain that I thought they were alive. I thought that, they're not ignoring the loud screaming attacks. They just didn't know, or they did know, when they found out, they didn't know what to do about it. But that just it's all easier that way, because, how can you honestly, even if they were in the house, you can't really ignore all of that and not be shaken up. I mean, even most hardened criminals couldn't do that. I mean, or be a part of it. So I think it would make sense.
Yeah, and people will be split on this. A lot of people will laugh about it and whatever, but you have to look at everything. You really do.
Plus, it goes along with
what I got here. I'm looking at.
It goes along with the way the two groups are split up, with MKXE in one group and then Dylan and Bethany in another group. It would make sense that they would, get their stuff from different people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, agree with you. Where's Tommy at?
He's right there reading the chat, it looks like.
Oh, I don't know if he was muted or what was going on.
Wait, is he?
It looks like it.
Yeah, are you muted, Tommy? Tommy, do you hear us?
I think he looks like he's frozen.
Jessica? Oh, we lost him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Well, Delby, so let's talk a little bit more about the case. What is more of your opinion on where are things at this point?
Where we're at this point?
Yes.
Is that's kind of a global question. Let me see. I think I think one of the maybe the biggest issue we're facing right now is that people are kind of mixing different worlds. So I left a post, I think, on Veritas Equitas. Are you guys familiar with Albert Korzybski?
No.
He had the general semantics. It's basically comes down to the map is not the territory. And, language is a map. And then, different territories get mapped in different ways. The actual crime scene, the actual crime that took place and people, that we know are involved and those that might be, the reality of it, that's the territory. And then, the investigators and us, we're all trying to make a map for it. But this Brian Kohberger trial, his court case, it's a completely separate thing. There's a little bit of overlap, but it's a different map. The territory of the courtroom proceedings is mapped by the court documents, court filings. We're all looking at the court filings to try to make a map of a different territory, the one in 1122. Now, there are some things that you can pick out of the documents, but they're always out of context. There are omissions. They're incomplete. We know they're misleading. So it's really not as good information as people think. They think that, like I hear a lot of people saying that we're focused on the facts, that because these are court documents. Well, no, those are facts for a trial, which we all know trials are not really dependent upon facts. It's just whatever the prosecution can get away with or get over on the judge, which in this case is a lot, or the defense, if they can, they're just both telling a story, but it's not the real story. And so I think I think we're being misled a lot by that. And there's not enough attention being paid to some of there's some really good evidence, high value evidence that people, have forgotten about. The old videos, I watched all the old catalogs like Neek's Peaks and older stuff. Tommy, before you had your channel.
Right. I love Neek's Peaks.
And there's so much good information in those older videos, but now it's just all
there is.
It's getting mixed up. And for example, with the DoorDash driver, I want to know what happened with that handwritten Xana tag, because you can use that handwriting, to match it to people. And someone might say, well, but that's just going to go back to the person who handed them the bag at Jack in the Box. But in some of those earlier videos, for one thing, someone had figured out that they believe that tag is actually from Starbucks. That someone took a Starbucks tag and put Xana's name on it. And then also, it's been said by several different people have said that the DoorDash driver made the order themselves and picked it up themselves, the same person, which I guess that's unusual. Usually to
me, that would fit Matt Moy.
Yeah, exactly. So he, but the thing is, if they called it for themselves, nobody's going to put a name tag on there. Why would they? They're handing it to the person who ordered it. So somebody at the house had to put that on there. And with that handwriting, it's very distinctive. If you look at it, look at the A's. I mean, all you have to do is get one handwritten.
It should have been taken in for evidence. It should have been.
That's an important piece to me. And then you start combining these things, like the police on Banfield dressed in their commando costumes, just happened to be there at just the right time. And I think one thing that should never be ignored is the fact that the University of Idaho's intranet was turned off. So that turns off all the surveillance, all the technology that the university has. No longer is taking. You notice there's no evidence from the University of Idaho. They should have lots of video and camera. We have camera footage from WSU.
Right. We're coming out with a video next week or during a live that will look at let's just say a very small piece of the university and how they could be involved.
Okay.
And we're coming out with that next. I'm telling you, Delby, man, it's really, I mean, I swear they're dropping all these documents, so many at a time, to fuck all the YouTubers up, I swear.
Yeah, well, they do it in such a way, I mean, and it's very, very effective. I mean, it gets all of us. Everyone seems to be focused is focused on these documents, and at first it seems like a gold mine. It seems like, oh wow, we got all this,
right? Yeah,
but it's really not, because that's the court. That's Brian Koberger. That's not MKXE. That's not
Yeah. Well, the only things we get to, I like to read what Ann has to say, and like Cy Ray and those documents.
Oh yeah,
and,
some of them.
What I'm saying. Yeah, people are picking and choosing, but you have to. We're kind of stuck in the Ann dilemma, where you got out. They dumped 58 terabytes or whatever, and she has to go through all this shit. You know what I mean? Go through it to try to get the evidence, and we're kind of. That's what's happening to us right now. We're getting dumped on with all these documents, and we're going through to try to figure out what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying that. Well, for one thing, we have to keep in mind that those documents are for a trial, okay, specifically. So
right, yeah,
we got to be careful about what we pick out. And then the other thing is that there are people that are making discoveries that it's getting ignored because everybody's looking at the documents. And I don't know if this is true, and she doesn't really know either.
Good point.
Yeah, like Translucent put out a video about Dylan.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, she, possibly maybe her family owned a Nissan Pathfinder because there was one parked in front of their Boise residence.
Dylan actually owned a Nissan Pathfinder.
Did she actually own it? I didn't know if anybody was able to follow up.
I don't know if she owned it or if she was just using it, but she had one.
Yeah, it's associated with her, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely associated with her. Yes.
Yeah. So, but finding out if the strength of that relationship, it definitely looks like Dylan at 6:32 or 34 in the morning, whatever, getting out of that vehicle and walking, because she always walks bent over. I never see her standing up straight. She's always bent over in pictures. When she walks, she's bent over. The only time I saw her upright, I think, is when she was jogging. There's some pictures of her jogging.
Right. Yep.
But anyway, yeah. So natural healing. I think you asked me the question about where we're at, and I think basically that's where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least that's
Excellent.
where I'm
Thank
at.
you.
Yeah, that's you have a good perception, a good yeah. I like your points that you put out, and I think that could be going on because we're so into these frickin' documents, which are driving me crazy. Because you know, I mean, it's a lot of reading, and I got investigators that are doing it, and it's driving them crazy. I mean, it's to the point where, I mean, God, I think I'm going to go through a mental breakdown, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, really. But it's just a matter of priorities, though. Like, I would rather know for sure if that was Dylan leaving and coming back with that Pathfinder. I'd rather know that than to know who MM is.
Right.
You know, because
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I agree with
Well, okay. And that's with the Moys. Here we go with the Moys again. Now, everybody looked at that picture I showed with the braided girl and that morning, and I thought it was Dylan. Everybody's no, she's too short. She's too short. And then I found Dylan with braids, and they said still that she was too short to be that girl. Well, Madison Moy wears braids.
Oh,
And
really?
it could have been Madison. Yeah. And we're coming up with, I mean, I got a lot on this, the Moy family, and it's kind of freaky. And what's weird is that, like, Matt Moy, I think is friends with Kaylee and nobody else. Not any of the other kids or anything like that. But he was friends with Kaylee. If I remember, that's the way it is. I'm hoping that's right.
Didn't they walk their dogs together?
Yes.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
Yes, and he's the one that called in at least one of the noise complaints. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? And I'm starting to wonder, did Kaylee, and I'm asking people, this is not true or anything, but did Kaylee and him have something going? There's a reason that Kaylee left Jack. There's got to be a reason, right? What's the reason? You're together for 5 years. What's that reason?
Well, she's moving, and I think maybe meeting somebody like Matt Moy.
Is she having an affair with Matt Moy?
No, she's not having an affair with him, but she realizes she can get other guys. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, she stopped living there for a reason. You know, tensions definitely were growing there. You can see back in like June.
Cutting out really bad.
In June, they were all trying to be nice to each other in their text messages, and then it all goes downhill from there. And then you start seeing the police harassing them, and then you see them take a picture of Kaylee's, driver's license, and so they're definitely harassing, more and more. And and then you have that Halloween, scene. If that picture is real, I mean, Maddie and Xana were. I saw that what they did to Dylan, and I felt bad for her, which is saying something.
Right. Yeah.
So then it's just getting worse and worse. And then she moves out to get away from whatever the problem is.
I think the bottom line is that there's so many suspects that could be, and then yet and then it makes you wonder about that police LE connection. Was there something that they're trying to hide? Because why? I don't get how they acted. I don't. I just don't get it. It's not normal. It's not normal in a quadruple homicide the way they acted.
I did some interaction with one of the AI software programs that you can work with.
Right.
And I got a jump on it because I could tell it was trying to get out of it. I was asking it about the Moscow police turning up because they would have access to that UI intranet because they were the security for UI. So they could turn that off, and it tried to wiggle out, but then it finally ended up telling me that it was very likely that I was right, that there's probably something there, and that it showed me some ways to pursue it, to investigate it further.
That there was something there, as in what?
As in somebody turned off the intranet the night of the murder.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, that's what it said. I mean, it basically confirmed it for me.
But you know what? And then to me, that goes back to LE and the stingrays.
Yeah, there could be
intercept shit. They can do shit like that because it's, but that's phone towers, right? I don't know if that's the same as internet. That's the only thing.
It's surrogate phone tower, phone server. Actually, it's a surrogate phone company, is what it does. It takes over any signal it gets. It takes over that phone conversation.
I wonder if it can be done with the internet, though. I wonder if they could shut off the internet like that.
Well, I was wondering if the students, if their Wi-Fi for their computers, I wondered if that cable, if they all go through the university. Do you know what I mean? So
Say that again.
I was wondering if the students and the people, in the university area, that they'll have Wi-Fi with their computers at home.
Right.
And I just wondered if those, everything eventually has to go to a cable, okay, to go underground and become part of the internet. So I was just wondering if their service is right from the internet service, or if they get service from the university, because if they get it through the university, then turning off the internet could cut them off.
I just thought of something. And is DSL still available? I bet you some of these smaller towns might still work on DSL, right? They might have a DSL supplier.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Because you know what? That has a phone cord connected to it.
Right.
Yep.
And they use it like for faxes and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So then it'd be a phone line, right?
Right.
And I think you have a point, Delby. I really do, because it is a small town. It's close to the university. I mean, there was something that was connected to her phone to be shut off at that particular time.
Yeah. And Payne Brett Payne kind of gives himself away by needlessly getting a warrant for a pen and trap tracer, which apparently everybody turns that into a stingray, is what they actually get. So he got that for no reason, because it's something that you would use. He was trying to investigate historical phone calls, but a stingray is only used for real-time manipulation of real phone calls happening. So it does show that he's aware of that equipment, and that he would use, and we know he would, because he was in the 82nd Airborne. I mean, nobody's better equipped to do all of these things in the crime itself than Brett Payne. I mean,
right. And I think he had some type of clearance too, because of his position in the military. Payne,
probably.
Mm-hmm.
And he was good too. He was like a star. I mean, apparently he was really good in all his academies and in the Army and everything. So.
Oh, he's excelled. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the whole thing. There's so many different things. He could be a good guy. He could have been in there. I mean, the way this thing has gone, your mind can go as far as it wants to. Brett Payne could have been a plant to figure out what's going on there. And, Brian Koberger could be just a plant right now. And then, you had all those agents in there before and after the crime. It just gets to where you can't, because it's so bizarre.
Question. Right. Question. I know it's kind of thrown the conversation off, but listening about the stingrays and stuff, with all that, when do we know the FBI got involved, and who called them in?
They were involved the same day, I do believe. 11/13.
The very beginning.
Yeah.
Day one. You think what's his name? Because you got the impression.
Well, they were in town already. They had 40 agents in town already.
Yeah, but this is our case. Ellie said this is our case. So I didn't feel like they wanted the FBI there.
Well, if the FBI jumped in without being asked, if they just came in and jumped in, they might feel a little. LE might be thinking that they're trying to take over their case. That could be a possibility, no doubt about it. But you're right. Fry made it very well known. This is our case, and I could tell by the way he talked that he was saying it to the FBI.
Oh yeah,
he was not pleased.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the crime with the 8-hour delay and the delay between before Payne got there and then another delay before Mabbitt got there. That small town, that Moscow PD and Coroner Mabbitt, this is not their first rodeo. There's other cases that look just as bad.
Oh yeah. Yep. They're in cohorts with everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
seems like
but it's just how the cover up, to me, the cover up is there. It's either, Ellie and U of I was involved, but whether they were involved for a good reason or for a bad reason, I can't tell for sure. But they were definitely.
Right. You can't pinpoint it, right? I agree, but the way it looks, it doesn't look good at all.
It looks really bad. The only way it could be good would be if it was an extraction, because basically these 4 people disappeared. We never saw the bodies.
Right?
No, we didn't.
Agreed. My biggest question.
What do you think, Dolly?
Where are the bodies?
What is your feel on that? What do you think what happened with the bodies?
Okay, here's.
I heard they were taken out earlier, but go ahead, Dolby.
Yeah, my feeling is if you want to look at this case to understand what's happening, unfortunately, we're going to have to work with a few different scenarios, but one of them, the truth of the matter is, from what we actually really know, for facts, is that these 4 students disappeared. From our perspective, what we're perceiving, they disappeared. We don't know if they died from drugs or if they died from, edged weapons or, My thing is, they were with people that they knew, especially from like 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Eric Grauer takes them to the corner club. Then they walk with Jack Showalter, escorts them to the grub truck. And then they get into a car with Eric Gower. And then they're home with, Dylan and Bethany. And Dylan and Bethany are there when it's all over. And somehow somebody found a way to get a block of time where they didn't have to worry about the other people that were with them. I just can't see that happening. There was people with them all the time, the whole time. So, I'm of course everybody would love for this to have been an extraction because, a CI related type thing. And I would, that would be great. But it's also possible because these bodies disappeared, and now the bodies were said to be cremated right away, and then the house was buried. I always suspected they buried the house because there was no blood, because there's so many things that point to no blood in the house.
Right. Agree.
Totally agree.
I think there's a couple different dynamics to that house. Not only there wasn't the blood, but I also believe in my opinion, there were probably cameras throughout the home as well.
Oh yeah. I got that feeling early on too, right away. Yeah. Especially if they were moving product, those people always have security systems, good ones.
Yeah. Yes. Where you can actually hear them talking, not just viewing, but talking and viewing. 100%.
Yep. Yeah. If that was happening,
my nephew was on the case.
Excuse me.
What was that, Randy?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just
nephew
saying
what?
I probably shouldn't. My nephew was on this case. He's with the FBI.
What?
And he also has
Really?
a very close friend with the FBI
Well,
that
why
works
aren't you
for the
pressuring,
CAS.
talking to him?
Dude, do you have any idea how much? I mean, I went to dinner with him. I took him out to dinner to try to get
Well, he
information.
better tell you something.
The only thing he said he's no longer involved. This was a while ago, but that his best friend that from the FBI, that they worked in different offices, but I guess they went. He was working on the CAS team, and at the time, he was still working, and he just wouldn't tell me anything, and it was so frustrating. So frustrating. I'm like, you are so close to this case, and you couldn't give me
Nat. There
nothing.
you go, Mrs. Knapp.
No.
There, she's just telling you something right there, dude. Slip him $100 bill.
I didn't even think about that. Damn.
All right.
That probably
Slip him
hey,
$100
let me buy a drink, nephew. Come on. Give me. He was very adamant about he can't discuss it. He can't. I'm sorry, Uncle Randy. I can't. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, dude. Give me some info. Yeah. It's not like a bragging thing. It's just the fact that this is another reason why I'm so close to this case, because I know
Randy, that reminds me of some other thing when Natural asked me earlier about where I think we're at in this case. And one of the things is that I hear people, even in the same sentence, they will discredit something because it came from a person like, say, Steve G. And so, we can't rely on him. But then before the sentence is over, they're using Steve G as their reference for their point. So I think, people got to make up their mind with certain things. Are we gonna use the stuff that Steve says or not? Because it can't be both. Because we'll never know which time he's lying or telling the truth or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve
Okay,
G,
they're saying like 7 days later. Someone said the November 24th, but I thought I read somewhere in a document that the FBI was there that day. But maybe I could be wrong. I like I said, my head is like spinning right now, and I can't keep track of shit right now. Things will settle down a little bit next week, maybe. I hope.
Yeah, don't count on that, Tommy. Come on now.
Yeah.
Things are gonna explode.
Settle down next week.
It's coming.
You know what? I know everybody is losing sleep. I know that right now. Yeah. All the creators are losing sleep. They're trying to catch up on this stuff. They're hiring people to get to the documents. It's just been really crazy. And it's almost I can't even imagine how Ann Taylor felt. I mean, this is just a little bit. Can you imagine like 58 terabytes being dumped on you and you have to go through it all? And that's what they did to her?
Yeah.
I mean, they went through it.
That's what
you know what I'm
really
saying?
did,
like, let's say there's a document or let's say there's a video, right? And they have it all cut what they're going to use in the prosecution. They don't send that to the defense. What they do is they send them the whole video and say, "Here it is." You know what I'm saying? They're playing dirty. The prosecution is playing really dirty.
Of course, from the before this unaliving happened, they already had everything set up. That was playing dirty well before then, and they're going to play dirty to the very end. Why would they come clean now?
Yeah. That's what makes organized crime so powerful is that they don't have to figure out what to do. They do it every day.
Exactly. It comes to them naturally. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're just next up.
Especially if it's a well-oiled machine,
Yeah, exactly.
It's a well-oiled machine and it's going around smoothly, and all of a sudden this shit happens and it throws a wrench in your whole organization. Yeah. what you think. They took Nika's video down today. Which one are you talking about? That one that she just put up like yesterday? I showed the one from I just showed that one.
Yeah, she had one today.
But she had one today too. Yeah, actually, she's had two since that video.
They took it down.
Yeah.
I wonder what that video was pertaining. What information was in that video?
I know, but she's been hot lately.
Yeah.
Nika's been hot lately, and
well, she's always been hot, but anyway.
Yeah, Nika's been hot. Bubs came out with a good one today. I heard, but I haven't watched it yet. There's some things I do want to get to. Rory's going to be on tonight too, so which is different, but it's a Friday night.
Are you going
there's some things I do want to get into. On Rory's show one time, a long time ago, okay? There was somebody else on that channel with us. I'm not going to name any names right now on that part. And we were doing this video, and that's when that video came out where the four get dropped off in front of that Linda Lane thing, and they're walking up to the thing. This person that was on panel with us said, shut this down right now in private chat.
Yes.
Okay. And she knew the person, and she named the person, one of the girl that was walking in with them. And now I come to find out that person is Dylan's best friend. There's more to this Dylan story and the Morton story. People have been doing everything Dylan lately here. Well, guess what? Her dad was at least, I don't know about now, but was at that time a heroin addict.
Ooh.
Okay.
And you can look that one up.
What was that DM best friend in the video?
Okay. All right. So here we go. Now we heard that Garden City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Garden City is where they hid weapons and blah blah blah,
right?
Clothing, blah blah blah. Well, the crazy thing is that Garden City is seven miles from Boise, right?
Right.
It's 7 minutes, and Adam Latta is from Garden City.
Yep.
That's a little strange. Showalter was supposed to go to a cabin that night, correct?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Over by Boise.
Right.
Garden City is 7 miles from there.
Exactly.
So think about that one a little bit. And then the Showalters and Moyes have a home there.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've seen those homes, but they're on Zillow.
Right.
One is 4,300 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
That should tell you something right there.
Yeah, bigger than my bathroom.
A little bit bigger than your bathroom, yeah. A little bit bigger than that. 4,300 and some feet. We're gonna, we're investigating this whole thing there, and the thing is that I wanted to get out tonight about Dylan's dad being a heroin addict at this time and owing money.
Yes.
So there is some things to dig into here, and that's what's being done right now.
Where'd you get this, Tommy?
I got my people.
Yeah. Got his peeps.
And
got his peeps.
I got my people. And Leah, are you alive over there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. There you are.
And I'm reading notes too.
She's working on her smile.
Reading through notes.
Oh yeah, that's what
I was seeing my notes too.
I can't believe it's this time already. We haven't hardly done anything, and it's already.
I know it. I go on for another hour.
I know.
But what you're talking about, Tommy, the Garden City in Boise, really needs to be looked at, in my opinion.
Okay, let me outline.
Yes.
I'll start coming back from the beginning to the grub truck and the corner club, as I've been saying. That is my opinion, though.
Yep.
What did you say about the corner club and grub truck?
I've been saying always from the very beginning, in my opinion, that I don't think it goes too far. And I said I think it says a lot. The grub truck and the corner club speaks volumes.
Oh yeah, probably. I know one thing for sure from the early days. One of my first thoughts when I was looking into this is that if I had to pick one person out of that whole crowd in Moscow that we see to go into battle with me, I know I'd pick Jack.
Yeah, I know,
Jack
right?
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, I want him with me.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, for a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, and I hear what you're saying.
Okay,
and I
I'm
agree.
going to show this quick. I'm trying to get this done so Rory can get on. Okay, so I'm going to show you this real quick, and this. Let me know when you see it. Here you go. So
we see it.
Yeah, you see this here?
Yep.
And this. Now I missed that whole thing there. There's something else. Okay, this is liked by Xander Canodal and others. Madison Moy, a few highlights from the tropics. Now these girls and Madison Moy, they've all go to Europe and like different countries. They're always traveling. Madison Moy is right there, and I'm going to tell you this: Dylan's best friend that was walking in there is named Bridgit.
Oh, that Bridgit.
Bridgit Wilder.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to her.
Yep, that's who's walking in. That's who's walking in to Linda Lane from that one truck that drops them off, and there's four of them. Here's some other pictures. I'm just going to show you quick. This is Madison Moy and Dylan. How about that? And they're Pi Beta Phi's. Now I've been told not to look at the frats so much as the sororities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Here's Matt Moy. Here's Matt Moy in Switzerland. Like by, of course, Madison Moy. This is liked by Steve Gonzalez and others. Chronicles of that's that Chronicles of Olivia stuff. Okay, I might have went over.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. Here's your Matt Moy in service. Shout out to the Hertz Boys, Crusaders, and Killjoys for giving me the most fun I'll ever have. Never want to have again, and I'll never want to have again. Okay, that's different. Here's a party. Here's some of the Matt Moy stuff.
Hey.
What?
And another one. I want you to start getting used to seeing this stuff because it's going to be coming out. Check it out, folks. Check this out. Matt Moy and Kaylee was the only one that Matt Moy followed there, and none of the others. And I know this because the person that got me this can see everything. And so we know that it's true. And I think that's kind of weird. Okay, there's the cougar thing. Okay. Thought thought that was weird also. But yeah, I think I'm gonna. I know it went by fast, but I guess I got to close it down because Rory's gonna be on. I usually go longer than this on Friday nights, but that's the way it goes. So anyway, you guys can jump from here to over to Rory's. Thou shalt not kill true crime, and
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, I can't believe it went by that fast.
I know I could be on here for another hour.
Hey, thanks for having me on, everybody.
Oh, thank you for coming
Yeah.
on.
Oh, yes.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you,
Delby.
Delby
Yeah.
and Ann and Patricia. Thank you for coming up. And I hope when I run these open panels that people start feeling a little
Comfortable.
better, more comfortable coming up. And all I got to say is just make sure that your YouTube is off when you come in. And after you come and shut your YouTube down so you don't get echoes and that kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got, I guess, for now. And I'll be on for Mod Monday for sure. And maybe before that, because I have a lot more to say on some of this stuff. I might be coming up with a video. And yeah. So I want to thank you guys for being on. Nat, Leah, Randy, Delby. Yep. I love you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And to my all my mods out there working their butts off, I thank you. I had thanks to my investigators and thanks to my subs. I love you. And we shall see you guys next time around. I'm gonna kick it off with something special in the music. So all right. Shall see you later, Nat and Randy and everybody.
You bet.
Guys.
All right.
All
Bye.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tommy.
Bye.
Okay, so that's a Friday night. Boy, that just went by so fast. I can't believe how fast it went by. I didn't really get much done on it, and but we'll be back up on Monday, if not before that. So yeah, and I thank you all very much, and I love you all. My subs, you are my heart, and my mods, you are my soul. And until next time, rock and roll.
This ain't a song for the broken-hearted. No silent prayer for faith departed. And I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. My heart is like an open highway. I crank and said I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive. It's my life. Yeah, this is for the ones who stood their ground. For Tommy and Gina, who never backed down. Tomorrow's getting harder, make no mistake. Look, ain't even look, you gotta make your own breaks. It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. My heart is like an open highway. Like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive.
Bye.